Brentford are half decent, aren't they? But that was a blow. And City against Liverpool was sensational, wasn't it?
Great game, yeah. But last night's game, I think I've backed Arsenal to win the league. I backed them to win the Champions League. In fact, I had £1 on at 100 to win, 100 to 1 for him to win all four, which is going to be highly unlikely.
I jumped the shower today, and as I'm just getting ready, I'm thinking, I'm not anti-Arsenal, absolutely, because I think they're the best squad at the moment. I thought, I wonder what price they have to win nothing.
To win nothing? God.
Well, think about it.
Well, yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Champions League, might not happen.
Yeah,
City might beat them at Wembley.
Yeah.
City might beat them in the league. And you've got, the League Cup, and you've got the FA Cup.
I just think he spent 5 years getting this team right. The final piece in the jigsaw was Gyökeres. He hasn't. The jury's out still for me on Gyökeres.
He's beginning to get there, isn't he?
Yeah, and he can turn a clearance into a goal as well. He can turn a bad cross into a goal. He's got that in his locker. But looking at the subs he brought on last night, Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, like the players he's got on the bench coming on. But Brentford played really well, by the way, and had a chance to win it. And then Martinelli, in the last kick of the game, one-on-one with the keeper, good save, it his legs. Kelleher.
Well, he's
good goalkeeper.
Good buy, isn't he, from Liverpool?
Yeah. I mean, there's another player Liverpool have let go.
Yeah.
That's 9 they've let go since winning the league.
Liverpool are just coming back, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're still not. For me, I used to watch Liverpool and I used to think, I bet you don't try and play out from the back against Liverpool because you won't get past Mane, Salah, Firmino. You won't get past the front three. Yeah. And behind them is Milner, Fabinho and Henderson in the starting blocks, waiting for you to roll a ball into midfield. And that press at the front, it's not quite right. Virch is coming good. Isaac's still injured, but...
Even the fullback, who I'm not a great lover of, I see an improvement in him now. He's beginning to get a bit of confidence.
Right, we've played football all our lives, right, and we watch football. Would you play Kirkes before Andy Robertson?
No.
No, mate. I don't know anybody. I heard Ali talking about it. Ali wouldn't. I know he's Scottish. No. But I think Andy Robertson's one of the best left-backs in the world. He's only 30. Was he 32? 31?
All right, he's not as fast as he used to be, but it doesn't matter. His nous, his know-how, his understanding with Van Dijk, etc.
Football brain as well.
Talk about Ali. Ali will be on later on. Big game coming up, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Rangers Hearts, big game. Celtic will be watching that closely. Right, here we go. Despite the missed opportunity to go 6 points clear at the top, Mikel Arteta seems to be remaining calm about the title hopes.
The same that we've done for 7 months. We know still how much we have to play, how tough it is for every team to win and to win in places like this. So just carry on, left it, and now we have another competition at the weekend.
In places like this. There you go. As expected, the sports bar was busy last night, taking plenty of callers, namely one City fan who took his chance to mock the Arsenal.
It's coming on. The Premier League trophy's coming back to the Etihad. And listening to these Arsenal fans tonight, we are right in there, then. All the memories of all the years previous are all coming flooding back. And we're going to win the league. And I'll give you my song now.
Go on in. Is it clean?
Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again. Crumbling again. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Can't wait to sing that.
I remember Big Sam's coming on later, isn't it? I remember Sam saying he just feels Neil Warnock especially. In fact, did Sam say it? Neil definitely did. He said, "Nah, he's not got it in him. He won't win it." Arteta, he's not got that to get them over the line. Well, I thought maybe this year he looked more calm, collective to me, and the squad he has, I thought he must do it this year.
Yeah, 5 years it's took him, and he's took the club from similar situation that Man United found themselves in a year ago, where the attitude and the culture at the club's not right. He's got rid of a lot of players who weren't really proud to be an Arsenal player, who were just picking their wages up. And if you look at the squad, there's no kids. Skelly is the only one.
Yeah.
They're all ready-made players. The bench is stacked up.
Yeah.
So if they don't do it now, then he's going to be under pressure, isn't he, at the end of the season?
Well, I wouldn't say that if he doesn't win it, he's out, but once again, people will be digging away at him, you know?
Yeah.
And then next year he does have to win it.
I think if you look at the squad, Al, there's not... You go round, don't you, and you go like, Trossard's a good player, Havertz is a good player, Jesus is a good player, Saka's a good player,
Odegaard.
Rice Zubimendi, 2 centre-halves are good, goalkeeper's good. There's no average players.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah. Arsenal fans, well, what about it? We want to hear from you this morning. Were you there last night? Or just watching or listening? 03717 223344 is the number you need. How worried are you about City being on your tails? Think back to that City Liverpool game. Arsenal, getting the opening goal, you think that's it. I thought Brentford had to score first, but look, they're a tough game, and then pressure that they put teams under from corners and throw-ins. Why is that suddenly coming back in, Dino?
Well, I think clever managers, find a way of winning. They find a way around you. That if whatever system you're playing, they find it. Like Pep Guardiola played with Barcelona with Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets in midfield, and played total football. We weren't allowed to pass the ball more than 10 yards. And just murdered everybody. Then he went to Bayern Munich, done that. Then he come to Man City, done it again at Man City. Now the players he's got aren't as good. He's trying to find another way of winning where teams have worked out that you're going to keep passing it sideways, keeping the ball, so they start coming up with a plan. And now all of a sudden, everybody's taking long throws and corners. They've worked out that we have gone for the last 10 years. We've been coaching kids in academies to play out from the back and releasing the ones that can head it and defend because they're not good enough with their feet. And all of a sudden, it's come back round in a circle. You've now got defenders playing who actually can't head the ball. So they're just throwing the ball into the box, can't deal with it. Yeah. Remember, it used to be 1 or 2 teams couldn't deal with crosses coming in the box? And the managers used to go, by the way, just cross it against these, they can't deal with it. Most teams now have got players who can play out from the back, but not very good at heading the ball.
I agree with you, yeah.
So route one, you find a weakness. You find a chink in their armour.
So, more questions been asked this morning of Arteta and his Arsenal side, dropping points against Brentford at the G-Tech last night. This is interesting. Arsenal's next 3 Premier League fixtures are as follows. Wolves away, should be fine. Spurs away, you'd think they should be fine, but it's a North London derby. Then Chelsea home. What do you make of that one?
I think they'll win all 3. I mean, Spurs have Spurs won only 2 home games.
Shocking, but it is a London derby. Do you know what I mean?
They're just too strong. I think. Last night I was talking to a couple of Spurs fans over there. They're already dreading the game. They're not going like, can't wait for the North London derby. They're all thinking, dreading it. Arsenal fans badgering us for about the next 6 months.
Well, but the problem is Tottenham, they should be looking forward to the London derby, especially at home. But they're thinking about, we've got to stay in the Premier. That's the difference. That takes preference now.
Well, West Ham, turning form, has brought 2 sackings for a start. So because they've started winning games, West Ham, all of a sudden Forest and Spurs have sacked their manager.
Do you think that United late equaliser, Sesko, do you think that could hurt them at the end?
Maybe. I just think the Premier League has got tougher and tougher. You got the likes of Crystal Palace just spent 125 million on players. The teams at the bottom, there's always one that's adrift, and it's Wolves this year. But the rest, if you're not at the races, you can get beat by... Burnley can beat you. You know, the gap's got closer and closer, and it's harder to win the league now, I think.
John is now for a little more on this and to tell us just where he thinks Arsenal stand in the fight now for a Premier League title. Former Gunners midfielder Adrian Clark. Clarky, morning.
Morning,
Good morning,
Adrian.
Alan. Morning, Dino.
Clark,
Right.
were you there last night?
I was working on the game for Arsenal, and do you know what? When the game was finished, when we did our wrap, I just had to say that's a good point, because Arsenal could easily have lost that game. That was a seriously tough examination, and full credit to Brentford. I mean, they are a nightmare to play against when they're in that kind of mood, and yeah, it's disappointing for Arsenal to drop points, but in a way, I feel like it was a half decent point in the end.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Hey, looking at the squad, right, I think the squad's brilliant. Can you see any weaknesses that'll cost them the league?
Maybe not enough goal getters, not enough guys that are consistently going to score you the goals. I mean, look, someone like Gabriel Martinelli has had a good season. Okay, he's come up with some really big moments, but obviously he had that big chance right at the end there, and you're looking for him to tuck that away. He had a similar chance at Nottingham Forest, another game that Arsenal dropped points in. Those little moments, I just hope come the end of the season, Arsenal don't look back at those moments with regret. No, there's not much weakness in this Arsenal side. They're resilient. There's amazing depth, strong in every department. But yeah, if you're looking for something, it's maybe, are Arsenal clinical enough in the moments that matter? And I would say that in that particular department, Manchester City have the edge. But I still think that Arsenal are the best team in this division. The 4-point lead is absolutely fine at this stage. There's no need for Arsenal fans to panic.
What about Eze? You know, Dino and I were talking about the game against Spurs coming up. And of course, that performance for Arsenal, for Eze against Spurs, before was his last sparkling performance, taken off at half time. What's going on here? Is Arsenal's style not suiting him?
I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. I think that in truth, Havertz came in and outshone him, and Arsenal looked slightly stronger with him. Last night, I just think it was the kind of game that really didn't suit him. It was blood and thunder. It was really aggressive, and Arsenal needed someone.
But Mikel would know that, wouldn't he? Know before the game what sort of game this was going to be.
My issue with Eze last night, and I would have taken him off at half-time if I was in Mikel Arteta's shoes, it was that he was having no impact on the game. He wasn't looking for the ball, and when he had the ball, he wasn't hurting Brentford. And I think if you're playing that 10 role, Alan and Dino, you've got to get hold of it, and you've got to make things happen. And unfortunately, it didn't look like he was going to. And when you got Martin Odegaard on the bench, fit again, I think there is that temptation to make the change. And I think Odegaard did look better. And Arsenal, after half-time, was sensational for 15 minutes. But unfortunately, that was it. And Odegaard did lose his marker for the goal, and he got himself injured. And from that moment on, he was not really in the game either. But yeah, Eze has been a moments player this season. He hasn't delivered great consistency. And look, that's the challenge for him. It's hard.
Do you know what I think, Aid? He's got to learn. And it's an art in itself. You say to someone, play number 10, you automatically think they stood in the hole behind the centre forward. Well, I would say to him, what if they put 2 sitting midfield players in the space that you want to play in today? The space is out on the left or out on the right, or you're going to have to go deeper, but you've got to get on the ball somehow and not get marked out the game. So I think he's got to learn that. Maddison's good at it, for a start. Palmer's brilliant at it.
He's laid back. Sometimes he's a little bit too laid back, I think, Dino. And he's got unbelievable quality. We know that, Eze. But you need to have that drive and the determination to take games by the scruff of the neck and say, give it to me. I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to be the guy that wins us this game. And probably in too many matches this season, we haven't seen that from Eze yet. But hopefully it will come.
I don't think he's that type of player, is he? Just a quick one. I've got to be quick. Declan Rice and Henderson, were they having an argument at the end of the game, or was that just friendly chat?
I don't know, Alan. I'm not an expert lip reader. I don't know. Who knows? Look, all I know is that if Arsenal are going to win this league, they need to keep Declan Rice fit and fresh, because again, he was Arsenal's best player for me. He was everywhere. So yeah, he is top class. He's been superb this season, and yeah, I think he would have been frustrated that Arsenal dropped points in the game. But as I said, sometimes you've got to credit the opposition. For me, Brentford were outstanding, a nightmare to defend against, whether it was on the counter or from throw-ins or corners. It was really challenging. So I think it's one of those games where you take the point and you get out of there and you move on. Simple as that.
All right, Adrian, thanks,
Aid.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
03717 223344. Come and get involved. Up next, we hear Adrian Durham debate why, I tell you, he upsets Arsenal, now he's upsetting Tottenham. Why Adrian's debate why Pochettino could be the most overrated manager in Premier League history. What?
Well, they have had him once and sacked him. What's he going to do different?
But the most overrated manager in Premier.
Harsh.
Give us a break.